Hey guys, sorry I haven't posted in a few days. I've had problems with my editing program. I'm going to try something new so I can get a video up either tonight or tomorrow. And I figured I'd catch you up on my uneventful life for the past few days. Because I was going to post a video. I posted one on Wednesday. I was going to post one on Thursday, and that was the one I had problems with the editing software that I use. So this one may or may not be edited. I don't know. It's going to be more awkward than usual. Stick around, grab your coffee. And I'm probably going to have some clips in there, if I can edit it, that are like random from like yesterday and today. I don't know. And the video I filmed that I was going to post Thursday, I might redo anyways because I didn't love it, but So, okay. Wednesday was my birthday. I didn't party or nothing like that. Went and got a coffee from my favorite coffee place with my friend, caught up. Hung out with my other friend. Oh, I've got something to tell you about that. I hung out with my other friend. I'm going to call her Izzy, because this is going to be kind of like a little mini story time. So, my friend Izzy is like very bold, very confident, very pretty, and is used to guys like hitting on her all the time, right? I'm not. Like I said, I'm awkward, I'm anxious, I'm antisocial, like I don't flirt. I keep to myself, I'm a homebody, like I don't act hard to get or whatever, or play hard to get. I legit just am awkward. So, anyway, I've been doing my makeup a little bit more recently. And I go through phases where I feel like wearing makeup and then, like, I don't. And I won't ever wear it. And then I'll go through phases where I want to do makeup again. And I've been experimenting with new things. Whatever. So, the other day, I was at her house. And I had to go to the store for her real quick. And whenever it was just like a convenience store, And I was in and out, like, in a second. I had to get something real quick and then go back to her house. And I was walking back to my car, and this guy a couple of spaces over was like, "Excuse me." And I was kind of like, because I'm like, he ain't talking to me, right? And I look over, and he's looking at me, and he was all like, "Can I pay for what's in your hand?" And I was like, what? All I had in my hand was like a paper and my wallet. And I was like, I don't have anything in my hand. And he was like, oh. He's like, how are you? And I was like, okay. And I got in my car and left because I'm like, honestly, I didn't have time for it. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So, anyways, that was Thursday night? Was it Thursday night? I think so. Anyways, no, maybe it was Friday night. No, it was Thursday night. Anyways, fast forward to the next day. Friday night. Yeah, I was hanging out with that same friend, and I had told her about like doing her eyebrows or something like that, how I kind of was experimenting with doing my eyebrows and stuff, and we were just messing around with makeup, and she filled hers in, and she was like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling myself, like, where has this been all my life? And I was like, I know, right? And so, just for shits and giggles, because there's nothing else to do around here, we're like, let's go to the store, and we'll look in, in the makeup aisle and see about, like, what kind of cheap eyebrow stuff they have, and just kind of kill time and hang out. So, we went to Walmart, and we're looking in the makeup aisle, and we're taking selfies, and we're just, shooting the shit. And then we decide, that we don't want to look at anything else, it's boring, we're ready to leave. And we're walking out of the doors, and there's this guy kind of lingering around outside by the front doors. And we're just kind of walking to the car, and this guy's like, hey, do you have a boyfriend? And we both just kind of look at each other like, which one of us is he talking to? And I just assumed he was talking to her, because I'm like, he ain't talking about me, And then he's like, no, the one in the green hoodie. And of course, that's me. And I was like, what? He was like, do you have a boyfriend? And I was just like, I'm not seeing anybody. And I don't mean it like it's an invitation for you to inquire more. I'm like, I'm not seeing anybody. And we're just kind of continuing walking to the car, and he's like, but do you have a boyfriend? Like, I'm like, I'm not seeing anybody. Like, I'm not trying to see anybody. I don't know what to say, because this, like I said, this don't happen to me a lot. And I'm like, I'm awkward. And I'm like, what do I say? I want to get away. And my friend, like I said, she's used to this kind of stuff, so I'm looking at her like, help me, like, you know what to do. He follows us to the car, and he was like, can I get your number? And I was like, I don't give my number to strangers. Sorry. He asked me for my name, and I was like, Elizabeth. And I don't remember everything word for word, but he asked me for my number, and I said, I don't give my number to strangers. And he was like, are you with anybody or whatever? And I pointed to my friend, and I'm like, I'm with her. And he looks at the car, and he was like, is that true? He's like, y'all together? And she was like, yeah, sure, you know? And I tried to keep the story going, because I'm like, dude, I don't know how else to give you the hint that I'm not interested, without full-on being a bitch and being like, I'm not interested. Because I don't like being mean to people, you know? So, he just kept on. And he was like, if I texted you, would you text back? And I was like, no. Like, honestly, no, I wouldn't. I mean, you would have to have my number to text me. And I was like, I'm not going to give you my number. So, what? So anyways, eventually, you know, and he's a black guy, by the way. And that's important to the story. Because he says, oh, you don't like black guys. And I was like, oh my gosh. And my friend's like, dude, that's not it. That's not it. And he was like, no, I don't mean like you're racist. Like, you just don't like black guys. And I was like, I'm awkward and antisocial, okay? And finally he was like, oh, okay. He's like, that's cool. And he was like, alright, y'all two have a good night. I was like, yeah, thanks. Like, literally that's all I had to say was I'm awkward and antisocial. I could have said that to begin with. So, this whole time, like when we left, you know, me and my friend we were joking about it and laughing and everything about how awkward it was, because it was awkward for both of us, because she's never really witnessed that with, you know, interaction with me before. And I mean, I was kind of like, you have experience, help your sister out, you know, because I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, I was at a loss for words, I did not know what to say or what to do. And I was just kind of like, I guess we both expected him to be hitting on her. So, I don't know. Anyways, so that was my little story time for like Thursday and Friday night. And then it's been raining on and off for like a couple of weeks. It's been raining on and off, and it rained a lot for the past like few days, to enough to where it was flooding around the area that I live in. And, excuse me, and it was a little bit scary, but finally it stopped raining last night, and the sun came out today, and it was beautiful. It was so gorgeous, and it started drying up some of the rain, and I was so happy, because I know I'm not the only one sick of the rain, because I've been on Facebook lately, and everybody's like, oh my god, I'm so tired of the rain, when's it going to stop raining, I fucking hate the rain, and I'm like, I feel you. 100%. So, anyways, not a whole lot has happened lately. Let me see. Friday, I got my tax refund. It wasn't like a huge amount or anything like that. So, I mean, I went and paid on my car. I got my tags renewed. Kind of got some things that I needed for the house, like personal hygiene things. Put gas in the car. Food. Nothing like super fun, you know. But, I went and I got a coffee today. So, pretty excited about that. I'm always excited when I get coffee. I have an appointment tomorrow. I'm probably going to go get coffee before that. No, I'm not balling. I don't have like a shit ton of money. I'm actually almost out of money. So, but I'm going to need a coffee because I'm not a morning person. But I guess I'm going to have to try to like find a different editing program to use on my computer, because I don't know what happened with the one that I have. It was working fine. I used it in all my other videos to like, I don't do fancy editing or anything. I just do like, you know, trim and like cut some things out. You know, it was nothing super fancy. But for some reason, whenever I was trying to edit the one I did Wednesday night or whatever, it just, I don't know. It just don't work. So, I'm either going to have to try to use somebody else's. Like, I think my dad has an editing program on his computer I can try to use, or I might have to just look for another one. Hopefully I get it resolved soon, because not being able to post has made me procrastinate even more than lately, you know, than usual. So I'm like, I'm trying to not like lose my motivation. So, my phone battery, if it didn't already cut off, is probably going to cut off soon. So I'm going to try to end this and try to get back on track with filming and uploading. And if you stuck with me this long, thanks. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.